Hello, and thank you for joining me tonight. I go by Lune, and I am an energy worker. I like to make these videos, which are Reiki sessions, mostly, paired with ASMR because I feel that there is some magical kind of healing component tied into being incredibly relaxed and in a position where you just, feel really good and are calmed. But that kind of puts us in a better position or a better receptivity to accept a healing session. This video I've been inspired to create, and it's a bit harder to create, I would say. There's definitely a lot of myself put into this. I mean, they all have that, but specifically I want to create this video for those who are being bullied, those who have suffered in that way, or that have a loved one who is suffering through acts like that. I have met many women recently, not many, I want to say like 2 or 3, who have lost their children to suicide because of bullying. And I'm sure that this video will become demonetized, so, or I'm just not even going to try, I think. But I was incredibly bullied in 7th grade. This is something that I've talked about before in more of a story time sort of video. So I just want you to know that when I talk to you about this kind of stuff, like, I've been there, and I know the feeling of being so very low and so isolated, so unprotected, so, I don't want to dig it in deeper, but like worthless, not worth even to stand up for, to be stood up for, or to overcome something like this. So I know it's a really heavy topic, is what I guess I'm trying to say, combined with, I've lived it, and I've been threatened, I've been pushed, I've been tripped, I've been spit on, I've been all of these things, and this seems to be very much focused around the age of, I want to say 7th grade, or, it could happen at any time, but I feel like this is the age that, like, 13, 14, 15, maybe even younger, 11 or 12. It's a very pivotal point where just a lot is going on in your world at that time. So I'd like this session to be dedicated to those who are living it now, who need someone to pick them up, someone to let you know that you will overcome this, you will get through it, and I promise you, as twisted as it is, you will be stronger because of it. And it's challenging. It's incredibly challenging, and I don't want to be that type of person to make someone be like, oh, you'll get over it, it'll pass. But it does. It definitely does. And those scars are still there, and you're going to have to work on those scars. So that's another thing that I want to address in this video. But I could kind of ramble forever. I just want anyone who's experienced this now, or has in their past and still needs to heal from this kind of rejection, this being this outsider or put in this bubble of isolation, to know that those people are dicks, they're just being dicks, and it has no reflection of you. It has no reflection of your character, of where you are, where you're going, anything like that. It's just them. It's all about them. It is not about you. It's not about you being unworthy or anything like that. So just, I hope that resonates in some way, because it's such a personal thing. Like, I wish I could talk one-on-one with people, who need just a friendly face. I wish that I could provide that in a more detailed way, but this is like the general, I guess, way for me to do it. They have definitely made friends through YouTube. Natalie, you're one of them, who speak, about their experiences with bullying and like how traumatizing it is, how horrible. Some of you who go through this are blessed to have loving and supportive families, but many of us are not as well. So if you're one of those who didn't have the family, like for me, like I had nothing. I didn't have a single person. I had one person, but that was it, who I thought cared about me, but they were very, out of that element. They weren't in my school or anything like that. So what I mean to say is just, we're all going to have resources or lack of resources during these type of times. And it passes, it does. And, get yourself out of that situation as quickly as you can. And, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I wish I got up and walked out. Like, I wish when that was happening, I got up, walked out, and just left, Like, that's probably not the best idea, but it's like your safety and your emotional well-being and the trauma that you experience is not worth whatever, class you're sitting in or circumstance. You need to find an ally. Like, please find an ally, whether that's a guidance counselor, a relative, a cousin, a friend, your parents, someone who you can talk to about this kind of stuff and tell them the urgency of it. And, just find that ally, and if you don't feel like you have one, call a hotline, find someone at your school. Don't create more of an isolation for yourself. I'm not saying it's your fault. Please don't confuse that. That's certainly not what I mean. But I needed to find an ally in that situation, and that's what I did, and it ended up being a guidance counselor. It wasn't perfect, but at least I had someone who could be like a representative for me and get me out of the classes that I had to get out of, or, whatever was going on. So, I'm trying to keep this introduction as simple as I can, but it's just difficult. So what we're going to be doing in this session is essentially healing our hearts, healing those wounds. We're going to be withdrawing and replacing feelings of rejection with an understanding that this is an experience, and as horrible as it feels, it will pass, it will, and we can create it to pass more quickly. We can. You will find an ally. If you are open to one, if you say, I need an ally, I need to find one, it will come to you, so just like be active, but also be open, I guess is the way to say it. We're also going to work to cut cords specifically with these individuals who are bullying us. This is something I didn't do until I was much, much, much older, and I wish that I had, because I always had this cord with this main individual, and now it's like not a big deal, but I wish that I had cut that cord a lot sooner, because there is a tie. They're not your friend, they're not someone who you're in this romantic relationship with or whatever. I mean, I guess it could be, but it's still a tie. Just you have a tie to this person because you have extreme, you have emotions going on. You have a give and take, they might be giving and you might be taking, but there's some dynamic going on. So we want to cut that cord, cut down, pull the cord out, sever it, fill it back up with good things, and release you from that dynamic. And then it's just going to be very gentle. It's just a very gentle Reiki session. But the main thing I want you to just feel is love and hope and trust in yourself and in the universe and in life in general, to that this is the pendulum, like we talk about, swinging backwards. There is a rhythm to the universe. Many times, I don't want to get too astrological here, but Saturn, you have your zodiac chart, and somewhere around there in the chart, in one of the houses, Saturn is there. And Saturn delays things, for a reason, but it delays things. So sometimes it takes a little while for us to flip, to get past the childhood sort of issues that we need to experience for whatever reason, and into just the tables turning, I guess is the way I can say that. So just something to think about, and just know that you're loved. I love you. If you feel isolated, there are many of us. This community itself is built by people who are loving and caring and genuinely concerned about the well-being of others. So I hope that you find some comfort in that, and that this, serves you. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy. So I have this candle going. We're just going to quickly set an intention. I know we certainly already have done it, but to heal our hearts, to release the feelings that have been imposed upon us of rejection, isolation, not being good enough, just being weird. I was certainly a weirdo, and I'm a proud weirdo now. Whatever that might be, whatever we think makes us stick out or be unaccepted or unloved, to release that, to know that it will transmute. We're going to transmute it, we're going to release it, and we're going to bring in feelings of completeness, of trust, of hope and faith and love and confidence and knowing ourselves, because when you know yourself, you know your worth, you know your value, and you're just going to be a lot. It's just a better place to be, for a simple way to say it. If you want to cry, please do. If you need to validate a feeling, let's validate it now so that we can start to release it and process it. If you feel fear, if you feel inadequate, if you feel hate and rage and anger and unjust, unfair, speak it out loud. If you hate these people or this person, speak it out loud. Say it, let it fully out, Don't just let a little bit of it out and then shove it back down. Let it out. Just give you a moment. I'm going to use some Palo Santo to start to cleanse your energy. Flame. You can picture it like your spirit. That's you. You're beautiful. You're powerful, and you can transform, transmute, break down, be reborn. Okay. We're just gonna cleanse. Just start to release. Go of those feelings. You're not a victim. You're not in any way at a disadvantage. You're very powerful, and you're beautiful. Own your power, use your voice, find help if you need it. Alright, so I'm going to use this really gorgeous, like smoky citrine generator, but I'm going to use it to pull things out, to kind of send a little in and stir it around and pull it out. I know, bear with me. Smoky quartz is a great stone if you are being bullied. I highly suggest it. It's great to keep with you. It's protective and warm and comforting, and it's just a really good stone for that. So, this one is from Hyper Priestess, formerly Cat Love. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm not going to use the knife because I don't want to scare anybody, but I'm essentially going to be kind of dragging this through your energy, not through your body. And kind of making this teeny tiny little slice. And this is where we're going to pull out that cord. I'm going to do it a few times. You may have a group of people pulling you. You may have, multiple. So we're going to do that just in case, try to serve as many of you as I can. So I'm just going to kind of make a little hole at the top near your crown. Just here, not like opening your crown. And we're just going to drag it down. And I'm focusing to send this cosmic Reiki healing energy outward like a laser. So, slice down. Just going down your body. And pulling it out by the root. Just getting it all out. You're cutting yourself from these people. I want you to get to a point, I know this is going to sound crazy, because if you told me this in 7th grade, I would have been like, but where you don't think about them, where you don't give them your power, and you focus on yourself and what you love, and all the things that make you happy, that you're hopeful for, of the future, of a time when things are different, and keep that in your mind. Do things for you, not for others. And I hope I'm not coming off insensitive. I certainly don't want to speak like that, so just slicing down, and we're pulling it out. Last one, just down your energetic field and pulling it out. Alright, so I'm going to take now my citrine for now to mend these little slices. Just brushing it down, sending in love and compassion and non-judgment, support, nurturing energy. Just like gently kind of threading it back together. Just mend these little indentations that we made. Citrine is a great stone of personal power and confidence, so it's another excellent one if you find yourself in this position or needing any of that. It's also very warm, even more warm I would say than these smoky quartz. Okay, so back to the smoky. I just want to kind of address your heart area. You know what? I'm kind of guided to do your third eye, throat, heart, and sacral. I'm kind of guided to do all of them now. So I'm going to start at your root and just kind of swirl this around and pull out, like, I don't want to say negativity. That's not necessarily what I mean, but pull out from the root specifically. We'll just get started and I'll talk along the way. Pull out fear, feeling threatened, unstable or unsupported, and just work to change that. I'm going to focus to add stability, safety, sturdy, grounded energy. And At the sacral, I'm going to swirl it around and work to pull out emotional trauma and pain. Feeling isolated and rejected. Just pulling it from the space. And we're going to fill it up with joy, creative energy, healthy relationships, being able to connect to other people. The solar plexus, I'm going to pull out anything that feels like a lack in confidence, a lack in your own personal power. This is an important one for right now. They all are, but this one is very important. And we're going to focus to fill the space with personal fire, personal energy, drive, determination, action, confidence. The heart. I'm going to take out the pain, feeling rejected or guilty or not enough, being disassociated with your heart. Get back in touch with it, let it guide you. If you feel like you're putting up walls, like excessively because of this trauma, we're going to work to, you can keep the wall, but let's put a door there. There we go. And we're going to fill this space with non-judgment, compassion, love of self specifically, love for yourself, knowing how valuable you and your purpose are. Being able to connect with this space beyond time and space. See that this passes, it passes, let it pass. Do what you need to do. Be open to help. And don't stop seeking help until you get it. Throat. Pull out any negative self-talk. Any negative thoughts, being inadequate, anything like that. We're just going to put in empowering words, empowering language, empowering thoughts. Balance. Your third eye. If you're replaying those painful memories over and over again, if you're seeing those people treat you that way, if you're living it over and over and over again in your mind, we want to stop that because it's not going to serve you to do that. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not saying what you experienced isn't, something that you've gone through, but it does no good to keep replaying it, so. And in its place, we're going to fill this space with seeing yourself succeed, seeing yourself overcome, seeing you move beyond this experience, seeing your strengths, how loved you are, the healthy relationships you're able to form. Crown, just to know you're connected to so much more than what is in front of your face, what you're dealing with on a daily basis. It's totally going to change. Just trust a little bit. Have faith. of know that there's just so much more. Just to do a little bit more heart healing, I have this crystal brace. This is great for healing traumas. It's gorgeous. Obviously comes in smaller pieces too, but I'm just gonna kind of, you know what, I'm gonna hold it on my heart actually, and put my hand on your heart. Just energizing, sending you love through time and space to the times when you needed it, when you went through those traumatizing experiences, those painful experiences. Just sending you love to that time. Like a big sister or something, just letting you know I have your back. And this is gonna pass. If this is older pains, if you're grown and you're beyond this, but you still have these pains, I'm sending this to you at those times too, of course. So just back to your heart. What would happen if during that time someone stood up for you, or somehow you standing up for yourself was changed everything? Maybe a teacher stepped in, maybe a friend, guardian angel, anything stepped in and changed the situation. Focus on how your energy would have shifted. See it happening back then, whether this was earlier today or 20 or 30 years ago or longer. If someone came in and said, "You can't talk to them like that. I love them and I will not let you do that. I will not let you hurt them," and you were pulled from that situation, or the other person was removed from the situation, and the next day you went to school or wherever it was, and it was different, and no one hurt you, and people were nice to you and welcomed you into their groups, into their social groups, or whatever groups. And how that would change you today. Because every day from then would be different, wouldn't it? So we're going to carry that healing forward to now. So, just gonna do my kind of handy Reiki now. I'm setting the intention to be exactly what you need, because I can't really know what you're going through specifically, you as the individual, like where this comes from, what the circumstance are, but I know that you don't deserve it, and I know that it sucks really, really bad. So my intention is just for the divine energy of the universe, of God, of electromagnetism, or whatever you want to see it as, prana, whatever, reaches you and does exactly what you need to heal, to fill in the gaps when may have been, hurt you, and you need to kind of puff it up, strengthen yourself. So that is my intention, in perfect comfort and alignment with just a little bit extra for what is right for you. Okay? So we're just gonna kind of double our symbols. Focus to strengthen and thicken your aura, just to protect you further, make you feel comfortable. It's heavy stuff, but it is a part of time, like in a fragment. It's not continuous, I'm not saying it doesn't feel like forever, and it might be years if you're in that position where it's been years, then something has to change. Comb through your back. Oh, sorry. Just gonna comb through your back. Just remove those projections. If there are any left, it does feel pretty good already. I think we kind of took care of them. But Well, I hope that this session has served you, and I'm just sending you love, and I hope I didn't come off condescending or anything other than just wanting to be of service and of help to you. So I hope that that is what is received. From the bottom of my heart, as always, namaste.